I'm feeling golden, lost in the moment. It's taking over me. Keep your composure, you know that I want ya. Can you just hold that beat? Just let the lights up, baby.
Hey guys, good morning. We're back. It's Chat GTM, and we are blessed to be here with two of my favorite people. We got Tori and David Greschler from two great companies. So I'll let them introduce the course of this conversation. David, tell us a little about the company you're with and give us an introduction.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for being here.
It's a lot.
A lot of my favorite people right here. David Greschler.
Yep.
I'm CEO and co-founder of NomadGo. NomadGo is all about digitizing your inventory. Today, everybody counts inventory with their finger.
Literally.
They might have a piece of paper. They might have some little tablet, whatever it is, but they're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 minutes.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Right. And what we do is we replace that with an iPhone or an iPad where you just basically magically go back and forth on your, Metro shelf, in your refrigerator, in your make line, whatever, and it just counts it. It doesn't just know that that's milk, but it counts the rows. And so what it creates is basically a 3D digital twin of your inventory, and we collect that data, and then guess who we send it to?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
Tell us about PAR.
Yeah. So PAR is a company that has basically an entire suite of products that help you run a restaurant. And so we've got our point of sale, we've got back office, which is exactly what we're here to talk about today, which I'm excited to expand on. Payments, loyalty, online ordering, hardware. We've got whatever you need. So all of our products work really well together, or you can pick and choose which ones you want to go with.
PAR is arguably one of the most impressive tech companies in the hospitality industry, hands down. You guys have done an amazing job of bringing together some of the best-in-class products, integrating them tightly so they all talk, and creating a unified, let's say, commerce platform.
Yeah,
that everybody can run their business on, or their business OS.
That's exactly right.
So, when we started talking with Nomad, the first thing I realized, I'm a former PAR guy myself, is that I'd been doing inventory for better part of 15 years. I knew how important what the message was that David had, because to David's point, inventory counting things hasn't changed since the beginning of time. Right? Maybe cuneiform on clay tablets, maybe on parchment, and then now somebody got a pen and paper, and then they did it digitally. Nothing's changed. And now you come along and you have this radical innovation that speeds it up so much. Like, what are some of the deltas of performance that you're talking about when you use this tool like NomadGo? I know a lot of preamble, but I want to set the plate.
No, that's a great point. It's 10 times faster, literally 10 times faster, right? So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're just waiting. And so 10 times faster, but more importantly, 99% accurate. Because what we've learned is in the QSR world, inventory comes in around 80 to 85% accuracy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
People are guessing there. It's hard. It's late at night. It's early morning. You've got inventory everywhere, and it's hard to capture that.
He's walking the freezing cold, too.
Yeah, you're right. In fact, I had one of our customers told us they liked it because their pen the ink in the pen froze when they were on one of these freezing.
That's a great story.
So what does that all mean?
Yeah.
And here's the really important thing. It means that, yes, there's labor savings. It means that you've now got accurate data, but it means also that you can take some of that labor savings and do it more frequently. And frequency, it turns out, is the key to this. Because the more data I can give to PAR, more.
It's sorry back to the day, just going like,
No, God.
No, but the point is that the more data we can feed to PAR, right, the more accurate it can be, and the more updated to data can be, so that when you're placing those orders, you can be more precise about that. And that frequency is really the key to this. Because if you're only doing it once a week, there's a lot that can go on during that week.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're doing it every day, that means you have a much closer read of that inventory data. And of course, that helps with, I know you have predictive analysis, everything that's in par, it just we're giving you richer data to be able to get the job done.
For better decision making for the operators.
Yeah.
As recently as yesterday, someone was telling me they want to free up their manager's time in store to focus on things that matter, keeping the customers they've acquired, like spending time on other important tasks instead of doing their inventory. So taking the data that you've given us, it helps them forecast better. Of course, there's the labor savings, there's the food cost savings, but then it's also it's just that quality time that the managers can spend doing better things.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. And it was great because I was on the floor and this very savvy operator basically said the same thing to me. Like, we have like right now on our floor where our booth is, we have shelves and we're doing demos, right? And so there's inventory on the shelves. And he goes, you know, that's not inventory. Like, that is not really barbecue sauce. You know what that is? That's cash sitting. It's cash.
I see dollars.
And multiply that time, thousands of locations potentially.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars in the show.
No, that's what he said. He goes, I've got $220,000 of chicken wings sitting in my restaurants right now. And so, if you can manage that cash better, right, it means less waste.
Yep.
And also less out of stocks, which means, out of stock means lost revenue, unhappy customer. If you got the product, happy customer.
Yeah.
So raising the bar on the accuracy and frequency of inventory, it has a ripple effect, which clearly, with our two products working together, that's multiplied because, of all the data you're able to consume.
You take that inventory data, you can forecast better knowing what inventory you need. So like you said, there's the food cost savings, but there's also, hey, we have this forecasting tool. Let's look forward to what we think we might need going forward. How much do we have left? Like, this is a product that goes stale, right? We don't need to tell the operators that, but...
I have a question for you, Tori. I mean, PAR is a massive organization, a huge portfolio of solutions, a huge existing customer base, and hundreds of existing partnerships already. So how do you sort through all of that and say, hey, this is a partnership that we need to treat with an extra level of urgency and importance, given what all of our customers are facing? How do you even sort through all the options?
That's a great question. So there's a few factors that we make sure that we consider. So is the product cool? So we have a full team.
Cool?
Is it cool? Is it a good product? Absolutely.
I feel so much better.
I noticed PAR has gotten very cool lately.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I love them.
That factor, it's there, right? It's hot and it's cool. Whatever temperature you want to work with, we'll use that analogy.
Okay. I love it. Pegs on both.
But really, no, we do a full product assessment.
Yeah.
Is this a good product that we want to know? Is this something operators are asking for?
Yeah.
Like, has there been results seen in the market? Like, we like to use real data, not just the cool factor.
So one of the things that David shared with us as we're getting ready for his show, you had an anecdote about it. I think it was an operator that you said you found 45 minutes a day they were saving, right?
Yeah.
Back in the napkin math added up to that was 8 days in the course of a year.
Yeah.
8 days. That's over a week of somebody's life that you're giving back. That's an emotional thing at that point. It's not just a business ROI. This is a human ROI.
Well, it's also, inventory is often counted really early in the morning.
Yeah.
Really late at night.
Yeah.
Where human errors.
So, those are tough on people, right? Having to get, and we had an operator tell us, like, I just got another hour's sleep thanks to NomadGo. I mean, and you realize, like, that's actually important. That's part of why we're building this product.
And the business that never spent money for those 8 days that they recovered too.
So sleep deprivation, I believe, contributes to cancer. So NomadGo fights cancer.
You know what? I did read a study. They've actually said that tired drivers are more dangerous than drunk drivers.
Yes, they did. Yes, absolutely. Yep.
The brain, it's just not really on firing on all cylinders when you're tired. Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
So
it really does.
So all the things that you're thinking about when you built this tool, David, and Jonah and the team over there in Seattle, who'd you have in mind? Who's your customer? Who's the ones that you're really trying to work? I mean, we're everybody.
I think what you're asking is sort of what's our vision?
Yeah, our vision is to
count. Our vision is to count everything in the world.
Think about that.
Every something in the world.
Wow.
That's what our technology is.
Retail,
Yeah.
Right?
medical,
Yeah.
military.
Guess what? Every place in the world, people are counting with their fingers. Literally, we have a sort of a strip mall near our office, and it's like you go from left to right, and you look, there's an urgent care,
No man.
right? They're counting there. There's a Vietnamese restaurant. We all know restaurant. Eh? There's an infinity drop off, right? Routers being dropped off or whatever it is. Right? Counting, right? There's a nail salon.
Counting.
Right? Counting. So what we've realized is that what we've built can be used across every industry. But we started in QSR, and you know why? Because QSR is the hardest. It is, right? Most QSRs have to fit in the legal space they've rented, right?
Products.
Right? Yeah. Perishable products,
Yeah.
many form factors, many different storage, entities, from make lines to, shelves to cabinets to this, that, in the front of house, you're tucking it under where the register, all that. And so being able to solve that problem,
Yeah.
And
right,
massive.
makes you sell.
So you're not building the company to sell. You're building it to scale and make an awesome business on its ass.
Well, yeah. But QSR is, like I said, it's our kind of home, right? It's the place where we're at. And so we've built it. We work with some of the largest companies in the world, QSRs in the world, but it equally applies to all shapes and sizes. It really does. Because everybody's doing one thing. They're all counting.
So we're in a world now where every company, every brand is talking data and critical nature of it. It's the strategic advantage for the future.
Yep.
Now, when you can see your inventory space and not just manually counting, you're also getting more data, different forms of data. And it's not lost on me that, PAR has a massive data strategy itself, acquisition of Delegate recently.
Yeah.
How does this play together over the next few years as it relates to empowering operators with better data, more accessible as part of a whole data strategy?
Yeah. So I think taking the data that we get from this product for our back office product, Data Central, we can do better reporting, analytics, as mentioned, forecasting on the inventory. We can help with labor scheduling, which, the inventory, you can go right into the recipes. We're starting to do some more AI forecasting. So again, that frees up a bit more of that manager time.
Okay.
On the data, we have a loss prevention product that's been pretty incredible on the savings piece as well. So, this is really more specifically in our back office product that works really closely with NomadGo.
Perfect.
Data is king. That's the future.
What you're going to say is more and more people are saying, people start saying data is the new gold, but it's actually, and now they're pivoting, saying it's the new oil because it ignites and powers everything that we need. It's customer intelligence, everything we need to know to run the business better. It's in that thing.
Right down to the bottom line.
Yeah.
Better decision making, better automation.
Here's how I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So no, because I think we talk about data, right? Well, let me give you an example.
Hold my beer.
I love when David is like, I have a thought on.
Well, if you've got it, we were talking, right? We believe about 85% accuracy on it. What is that gap really saying? Imagine if your CFO came to you and said, here are, end of the year financials.
Plus or minus 15%.
Yeah, I think they're like,
There might be some human error in there. We don't know.
maybe 85%.
There's any technology.
Yeah, right? Like, they'd be like, yeah, and here's your pink slip, right? Because you would never accept that.
Yeah.
And yet, today, in the QSR space, we accept that we believe inventory, which is cash,
It's acceptable.
is accepted, right? And that when you talk about data, that's what we're talking about here. We need to get that to 100% or 99%. That part of the data needs to be right because it drives so many other sort of decisions,
Absolutely.
predictions, all that, all those different components. So that's why, yes, data is the oil. It is. And it's really,
Yeah.
it's because it's garbage in, garbage out otherwise, right? How can I give you a response if I can't give you if you don't have the right.
Flying blind.
Absolutely.
So that's why
Can't
we're
be
like,
guessing.
Yeah.
Good. Just do the work for
Yeah.
half the time, right?
yeah, you don't want to be guessing.
Tori, about PAR, right? So you guys have gone through rebranding exercise, the various products to bring them under two different tents, right? So the one you were talking about now is predominantly Power Ops.
Yes.
And so what was Data Central is now Power Ops.
Yes.
And that tool, you guys were so nice to invite Chad and I to come visit with the team in Austin.
Good day.
And it was the big reveal.
Yeah.
I got, honestly, Jason Barrow will tell you, I cried a little bit because I was like, you took such good care of not only the product, but the team members that came along with that acquisition.
Yeah.
And the product has evolved so radically. Can you tell us a little bit about what's changed in that tool and the things that they brought to really make it supercharged? Like, it was great before.
Yeah.
Now it's better. Like, better together is always the thing that Par said, right?
Exactly.
But what's the better inside of
Yeah. So, I mean, part of this cool products is finding best-in-class products, products that are run to streamline and really help the operators the most. So what is now Power Ops was Data Central, as you mentioned, and then Delegate as well, which is, that is the match. Two best-in-class products that, yes, do work better together.
And what does Delegate do to turbocharge that part that was Data Central?
So some of this decision making that we're talking about, taking that data, we're actually also taking out that human error in making those decisions. There's a product called Coach that automatically takes that reporting and analytics and gives you recommendations on how you can operate better.
So prescriptive.
Absolutely.
That's been the thing the whole time we used to talk about was operators are not analysts. They don't need to be. They shouldn't be. They got things to do. They need to get to work.
Exactly.
What is this trying to, it shouldn't be reading the tea leaves. What's this trying to tell me?
Yes.
Tell me what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like they went to business in the first place.
No, it's trying to give great experiences.
Yeah.
So as you think about the future, and what's happening at HAR and Nomad, what are your guesses that's coming up for our industry? I'd love to hear a little project. Can you spin your own? Help me on the spot, but what's happening in Street? Not just for 3 years, but just how the computer vision space, AI, biggest buzzword.
Yeah.
Like disruptive and AI are the two things I hear all day, and they're going to end up on a bag of kale chips, right? They're everywhere. But what's really important?
I know that. I think, you think about like using ChatGPT, right? It's this weird, it's like the thing you'd never imagine it could happen, but it can happen. It does all this work for you. It's like this different.
Yes.
Right. And so I think that for the QSR space, like you said, people don't open restaurants because they want to, be looking at spreadsheets, right? There's a love and a passion, and that's what they're trying to evoke, right? And so, but guess what? Part of that love and passion, you got to go be looking at spreadsheets.
Yeah.
But I think that AI can help, kind of like ChatGPT does, to kind of lift that and lift that burden and get you the results you need a lot easier. And I think, with products like PAR, doing that analysis, things along those lines, it's going to make it, in a way, I think it'll allow operators to return to their true love, which is I can focus on making great products. Yeah, what matters.
Absolutely.
Because I can offload that part that I really don't like, get out of the mess to AI.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I care about the people. I care about the food.
Yeah.
What I really think is going to come to bubble up to the forefront of the next phase in the industry is you can take data is going to be the next thing, but it's not just about taking it and having it help you make better decisions. I think that AI layer, it has to actually add more and not just be. The data is pulled together and we've created some algorithms that can share some information, make decisions for you, but how can it actually do things that are more human-like in the feedback that they're giving to the operators to become more refined? So that'll be interesting to see.
You guys, have a perspective on, AI, I want to just that word agentic. AI doing things for the operator.
Yeah.
Then normally that was a person's part of their job and usually it's the part of the job that they don't like, right?
That's weird.
Not just the data, not just the insights, but say, you know what, I got that, right? Do you think that's part of this future?
I think it will be. Yeah. I think there's going to be work to get there, not only in terms of developing the right software, but also trust. Am I really going to trust AI to make some of those decisions that I've
word the trust? Yeah, the background spreadsheets. The big when they trust the system when you see the spreadsheet show up again. Yeah, they're in Excel. Oh, we lost trust in the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's, but play this out in 5 years, and think how you're using ChatGPT today or any of these others, and you probably wouldn't have imagined to be able to do that even a year ago. So it's still, I think the jury's still out on this whole AI agent idea that's being promoted heavily by companies that have a vested interest in making it happen. So, but yeah, I do think, getting back to what you love is really the value.
100%. That's what we keep hearing over and over.
Yeah. In our industry, because of the labor side, I've heard some people say, well, you've got to trust somebody or something. And who we're trusting now are, GMs with an average tenure in experience in the role that just keeps going down.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
the bar, what you need to ultimately trust that they are, like, what's better than the norm is going down. So this is probably going to happen sooner rather than later.
Well, yeah. No, I think you're right. I mean, I think if you think about, how you can get ChatGPT to kind of know who you are, train funny way.
Yep.
So if you trust that agent eventually to be like, it seems to be thinking like me, or it seems to be doing that, it could happen. There
will be a curve. There will be people doing their checks and balances and double doing all the work just to make sure.
Yep.
And then once they start to realize, oh my God, then they're going to save 10x time because they'll know that it's going to be doing the same or better.
Somebody told me about back office systems, and it wasn't even AI at the time, but the ability to provide the right process in a tool that so if you have thousands of locations, you may be, let's say we just arbitrarily have 5 rock star managers, in that system. Yeah, and everybody else is trying to have, right? And so your 5 are your rock stars. Problem is, rock stars at every location, unfortunately, and you need some kind of digital rock star that can keep that consistency across all those brands, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the real power of where you're going. Yeah. You're creating a layer of consistency that now you can rely on your right tools. And Tori, you were saying something that almost comes up with PAR's tagline, right? It's something, nothing in between. What is it?
Oh, food, people, nothing in between.
Exactly. So we want to get the tech out of the way. The tech done right. Hate to say it should be kind of invisible.
It should be.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, because it enables that.
They shouldn't be back there tinkering, trying to crack the code. It should be, I'm at work, I do my thing, it does great. I'm going to go back to doing everything else because I know it's coming.
Yeah. And the passion David spoke about. That's
the
people in the industry are here for that.
That's what
Food.
Guys, we want to get you back to the show.
Yep.
The awesome conversation.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the rest of the show, or a highlight you want to just call out, something you already experienced?
I mean, I'm really excited just to see what other new technology is out there. Like,
I thought it was the license to say colorful words bestowed upon us by Mark Wahlberg.
That's right. We got all our swears out before the show started.
F-bomb. Okay, we're good. So for people that want to see PAR, right, you're doing a road show all year with teams in different places. David, similarly, where people are going to be able to find Nomad, where people are going to find PAR throughout the year coming up, at least this coming quarter? What shows are you going to be doing, Bill, or what events?
We're going to be doing different, variety of different shows with different franchisees.
Okay, franchise
still along those lines. So yeah, we'll be out there.
Yep.
And people can always just go to our website and they're interested.
And we know you'll be at FS Tech.
Yes,
we will be.
That's that big. That's going to be a huge one. That's also another Informa event. Thank you, Informa.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll plug for
great event. Yeah.
And then what about PAR? Where are you guys going to be?
Yeah, I mean, we do have a road show coming up, so stay tuned for details, I would say. Keep close on LinkedIn, and we'll be releasing some more information about that. And, of course, FS Tech is one of our favorite shows as well. You always see a good showing of PAR folks there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's wrap it up for this time. We'd love to invite both of you or individually come back on the show. We can dip into any of these subjects at a much deeper level. But guys, it's such an honor to be able to work with both of you, both of your fantastic organizations. It's a sincere privilege. And we love this. Chad and I talk about it all the time. We love what you're bringing to the wheel. We're changing lives for people. You're getting that time, and time to me is the only commodity. Well, at the end, that's all we got.
Well, thanks for making the conversation happen.
It's great. Yeah. You also give back, both of you give back to the world by doing all what you do. We do letting people know what's going on and everything. And it's perfect.
We're the heralds of technology.
Yeah, there we go.
So guys, thank you so much for investing your time with us. Thank you for being part of our audience, our community. And please, if you have any questions about either PAR Technologies, NomadGo, or any of the systems that touch these things, please feel free to reach out to anybody that's sitting here on this panel to ask a question. We're all on LinkedIn, and I like to be bothered by anybody, so reach out to me if you want to know what they're doing too, because I'll give you the straight skinny, and then you can talk and be either way. Thank you so much, and we look forward to talking to you again, and stay tuned for more content coming from the show.
I'm feeling golden, lost in the moment. It's taking over me. Keep your composure, you know that I want ya. Can you just